you're looking to take your rear end protection and appearance to the next level, or simply match your front bumper to your rear bumper, this Barricade HD Rear Bumper is one you should be looking into. Now, while this is a more simplistic choice for a rear bumper in the category, it's a very useful one and great for the Tundra owner who prefers a more simplistic appearance when it comes to the back of their truck while still getting that heavy-duty vibe. Now, with the look, it's also incredibly useful with the functional recovery points and accessibility features, all while being an affordable choice for a rear bumper, saving you a few bucks compared to other options. Now, this features a stout design with a full width build, filling the body lines very nicely, offering some outward protection with the boxy build, and also not lacking clearance with the angled up ends on either side. Now, this also has recovery benefits for any sticky situation that you may get yourself into on or off the street, with 2 welded D-ring mounts and D-rings included in the kit. The D-rings also come with isolators to avoid any extra noise of them potentially smacking into the bumper, not annoying you while keeping them mounted up. Now, on either side, this also has integrated pockets for a solid step, whether you need a boost for accessing the bed or any bed-mounted accessories, and the center section here also acts as a step, giving you multiple points of access. This is made of a heavy-duty steel construction, proving to be durable if you do back into anything or come in contact with an obstacle. This is definitely going to hold up. Now, on top is a nice textured black powder coat finish, which protects the steel underneath from rusting over time, and of course adds the HD look and matches with other HD accessories that you may already have mounted up onto the truck. The bumper also accommodates for the factory hitch plug, license plate lights, and hitch, and comes with everything needed, all of the brackets and hardware, for a question-free swap. Now, this comes in at about $925, and comparing this bumper to the rest in the category, it's one of the more affordable choices. Now, one of the reasons being is that this is a more no-frills, entry-level style bumper. It gets the job done very well with the useful features that it has, and it's a super easy swap with most of the factory components fitting right into place. Now, with that being said, it doesn't lack in the quality of the construction, making for a very useful choice if you want the best of both worlds between features and price. Now, install is a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. I do recommend having an extra set of hands in order to mount this up, just because it is pretty big. However, it should only take about 2 hours or so with some basic hand tools in order to do so. Now, at this point, I'm gonna hand it over to one of our installers. They're gonna show you a detailed breakdown on how to bolt this up to your Tundra at home. So that wraps it up for what I have to say. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install, you will need a ratchet, an impact, a 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter if necessary, an extension, a 12mm swivel socket, 12, 13, and 16mm sockets, needle nose pliers, and a clip removal tool. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a rear bumper on our Tundra, but before we get started, we're going to send you to watch a quick video on how to remove your factory bumper, and we'll see you when you get back.
All right, guys, now to get ready for our install, we're going to remove obviously our factory bumper, and there are some things we're going to transfer over. Mainly our trailer hitch wiring harness plug. We're going to be popping that out of this bumper and transferring it over, and a couple of other things as well, but we're mainly going to have to start by unplugging all this electrical stuff. This truck is equipped with backup sensors, so we're going to be talking about that in this installation process as well as unplugging our license plate lamps and the trailer hitch wiring harness plug. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, first to get our trailer hitch wiring harness plug done, just pinch here up top and pull it out. And then you can pinch these clips here, these metal clips, and push it forward. And it'll pop out just like that. And disconnecting your backup sensors is simply pinching this plug right here and backing it out. And you can do that for all 4 of them. All right, guys, now to disconnect the wiring harness for the license plate lamps, it's a little bit tight working up in there, and the little tab that you have to pinch to pull the plug out is very small. What's actually easier to do is you twist that whole wiring harness and pull the bulb out. And then this little tab right here, push down on that little pointy tab and the bulb will come off. All right, guys, now we're underneath the driver's side here. Underneath the bumper, you've got 2 locking pins here and a couple of bolts, and it's also a mirror image of this over on the passenger side. So go ahead and remove these. The center piece raises up and that unlocks the pin. You can pull it out like that. Using a 12mm socket, take out these two. All right guys, after you take your license plate off, there's a little lock pin right here you need to remove as well. And if the center piece comes out like it just did for me, all you gotta do is reinsert it back in, no problem. All right, now we need to pop this plastic center piece off. To do that, just kind of pull up on it a little bit and get a flat blade screwdriver underneath. There's some locking tabs. All right guys, then we're gonna pop this end cap off here as well. Just has these kind of pinch clips here that pop into these holes. That's all it's retaining this down. Once you have that off, we're gonna remove some of these lock clips here. If you don't have backup sensors, you're not gonna have to do this next step, but in order for me to get at this sensor so I can unplug it from the wiring harness, we're gonna have to remove these locking pins and kind of pull this plastic cover piece back so I can get at that. Again, if you don't have the rear backup sensor, don't do what I'm about to show you here. All right guys, there's one more lock pin underneath here that we're gonna take out. And that should allow us to pull this back and expose the wiring harness right there. Again, just pinch the tab and pull it back like that. All right guys, now we're gonna remove these bolts up here. These are also 12mm. Some of these closer to the tailgate here are a little tight. You might want a swivel socket like I have on here. And for these that are awfully close, I'm going to use a smaller hand wrench. And because of the tight clearance right here, guys, another tool you might want to try is if you have a ratcheting wrench, go ahead and use that. All right, guys, now pull your bumper end cap off. Now we're still gonna have some wiring attached here. Now I've flipped this around upside down. We're gonna undo these two bolts and this plastic clip. We should be able to get this cap off. There's a wiring harness tucked in here that we're gonna have to unplug so that we can get this piece off of the truck. Again, 12mm socket for these. Now there's a little retaining clip right here, guys. We're just gonna pinch the ends in, pop that out. Pull back the shell. This one's tucked in there pretty good. I'm going to use some needle nose pliers so I can get a pinch on it. All right guys, so we can continue. I'm just going to grab up our wiring harnesses here and just kind of tuck them back out of the way for the next steps. And everything we showed you here, go ahead and repeat that on the passenger side. We're also going to remove these brackets right here. We're not going to need this for the installation of this HD replacement bumper. Again, using a 12mm socket, we're going to release these two nuts here, and the bolts are basically attached to this plate.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now that we have our factory bumper off, it's time to start assembling and installing our new setup. The first thing we're going to do is grab our provided L brackets. They have an open slotted section and a welded nut section. The open slotted section is going to set on top of our factory hitch, lining up with our OEM bolt holes. We're going to grab two of our provided 16mm bolts with lock washers and flat washers and get these bolted in on each side. So now we'll get our bracket on. We're going to center this up, and we're going to run these down with our 12mm swivel socket and extension. Now once you have this side on, you can do the same thing for the other side. Now we're going to pick our bumper up and set it into place and line up our inner mounting brackets on our bumper to our L brackets that we just installed. Now we come underneath our bumper to our mounting brackets, and as you can see, the two holes line up with that L bracket. So we're going to grab our 16mm bolts with our lock washers and flat washers, get those in. Now we're just going to go hand tight for the moment. Now your other mounting hole you can reach through this tapered section and get to. Okay. Once you have those two in, you're going to come to our bottom mounting hole. We're going to get our bolt with our lock washer and large flat washer in through the bottom. And on the top side, I'm going to add in a smaller flat washer and our nut. We can get our nut started. And once you have these three loosely in place on this side, you can do the same thing for the other side. Now once you have both sides in and you're happy with the fitment of your bumper, we're going to grab our 13mm socket on our impact to tighten down this bottom bolt. Once you have that one tight, we're going to grab our 16mm socket on our ratchet and tighten down these top two. And you can repeat this same process for the other side. So now we're back out to the rear of our bumper, and we're going to reinstall our factory hitch plug and our tag light sockets. So we're going to get our hitch plug in. It's going to line up, just snap right back into place. Then the same with our tag bulb housings. Just want to line these up, match them up with the right one. Just lock those back into place. Then we can go back underneath and install our harness, and we're also going to install our D-rings. Now, one thing to keep in mind with this is this bumper does not come with pre-drilled holes for parking sensors. So if you do have that option like we have, you're either going to have to drill your own holes or just not use those. So we'll get our D-rings on. We'll slide these up on our mounts, get our pin through. Snug those down, and we'll do the same thing for the other one. So now we've got our factory harness. We're going to plug it back into our body side. So we'll line up our factory connectors, get those snapped back into place. Then next we're going to get our tag bulb and socket back into our housing. This is going to go right back in just like we took the factory ones out. So it may be hard to see up here. You just want to line that up with your housing. You're just going to have to turn it until it seats. Lock that into place. And we'll do the same thing for our other tag light. So now we've got our other tag bolt back in place, and we're going to plug back in our hitch plug. And once you have that done, you'll just need to secure the remainder of your harness up out of the way so it's not dragging or catching on anything. Now once you've got everything else on, you can start mounting your tag. Now these holes are not threaded, they're just through holes. You could nut and bolt your tag on, or you can grab a couple push clips. These will hold your tag in place just fine. Lock those in. Again, that's all up to you, however you want to mount it. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our Barricade HD Rear Bumper for your 14 to 21 Tundra. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Tundra, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.